Well, thanks for clicking on and coming to look at my video today. This is a really off-the-cuff video. I got up this morning and I started thinking about Arsenal and our game that's going to kick off in about 40 minutes against Tottenham. And I just started thinking about what a shambles it is. So that's why I've come to talk to you today about what's gone on since the season finished and all the rubbish that was spoken before the season finished about what was going to happen during the transfer window. And yeah, once again, it looks like we've been lied to. No surprises there then. So anyway, so let's get started. And as you probably saw by the thumbnail, what I'm talking about is what's happened to this mythical £250 million Arsenal overhaul. Apparently, we were going to have the biggest overhaul in the club's history. Yeah, right, yeah. Now, so that's what we're talking about today. Now, the fact of the matter is, as far as I'm concerned, we're not ready for the new season, and there's no chance whatsoever that we're going to be. Right? We've got a game in 5 days away at Brentford. Right? A newly promoted side. I think it's it is. It's the first time they've ever played in the Premier League. So fair play to them. I hope they do well in the Premier League. But the thing is, newly promoted sides are notoriously difficult to play against because they're really fired up. They want to do well, blah, blah, blah. And then after that, we've got Manchester City and Chelsea. If any Arsenal fan out there seriously thinks that we're going to get anything out of these first 3 games, I'm sorry, they're living in cloud cuckoo land. All I can see is 3 defeats. I know people will say that's me being negative, but I don't think it is. I think I'm being realistic. And I'm sorry if people don't like it, and I'm fully expecting to get a lot of negative kickback because of this video, but I'm not going to shut up. I'm not going to just like toe the line and say what, come out with this negative claptrap that other people do, such as Terry on Claude and the Banster's channel. I've never seen anyone. I'm sorry, Terry. I love you, my mate. You're a good man and I really respect you. But the rubbish that you come out with, mate, is just unbelievable. But anyway, before I go and say any more about that, anyone who wants to watch two fellas having a massive debate about football, go and subscribe to the Claude and the Bansters channel. It is absolutely superb. I love it. I love listening to Terry and Diesel going at it. Anyway, so Arsenal are not ready for the new season. So why is that? Right. We're in a worse position than we were last year. All right. We got no backup goalkeeper. Last season, we had Martin Odegaard in the squad as well to give backup for Emil Smith-Rowe, and so that they could rotate the two of them so they wouldn't get tired out because they're both very young. Not I particularly rate Odegaard, but at least he was someone to share the work with. He's gone now, so we haven't got him, right? What have we done to improve this squad? The idea, my understanding of it is that an overhaul is when you take something and you just give it a massive improvement or massive change to improve it. How many players do you think we've signed? That's right, 3. 1 was the 4th choice England centre-back. Centre-back was the position I don't think we really needed to strengthen. We seemed quite strong there. In fact, we had the 3rd last season. in the end, we had the third best defence in the league. So what do we need to spend £50 million for on a centre-back? A centre-back, let's not forget, who played a team that nearly got relegated. If he was as good as that, then he wouldn't have been relegated. Yeah, like I say, he wouldn't have been relegated. And then we signed another defender, a backup left back, who Benfica, the club that we signed him for, have come out and said, as has a number of respected journalists and someone I know who watches Portuguese football a lot, they've all said that this young lad, his biggest weakness in his game is his defending. So my question would be, why the hell do we buy a defender who can't defend? It's just typical Arsenal, an absolute shambles. And then we've got a backup midfielder, and that's it. So where's this massive squad overhaul? Where's this mythical overhaul for the first team squad? Yet another lie. Just like the lie that we were peddled when we left Highbury to come to the Emirates Stadium. Oh, we're going to the Emirates to compete. Yeah, the only thing we're competing with these clubs overseas with is with their bank balances, because we ain't competing with them on the pitch. And we were competing with them at Highbury, yet we've tore down that beautiful stadium, demolished it to move into that soulless bowl at the Emirates Stadium. Yes, all very nice and all the rest of it, but the only reason we moved in there was for this. No other reason. We didn't move in there to compete. Lot of utter bullshit, as always. Bullshit FC. This is what this club is. Now, towards the end of the season, all we kept hearing from Mikel Arteta was, I need a pre-season with my players, and that the club is going to undertake the biggest overhaul in the club's history. Really? Yeah, okay, mate. Nice one. So, where is, if that's the case, why has there no one come in? Why has no one gone out? And so what do I think we need? We need a goalkeeper, maybe two. We need a right back, maybe two. We need three midfielders. We need an attacking midfielder. We need a defensive midfielder if we're not going to keep Torreira. And we need like a number 8, like a Santi Cazorla type player, right? And we need a striker. So we need to get our finger out, right? Because getting that lot through the door before the transfer window closes now is going to be an uphill struggle. We've left it so late that I'm not convinced that we'll be able to do all of that. And that means that we're not gonna compete at all at any stage of season, and certainly we're not going to be competitive up for the first 2 months, I'd say, probably. So by that stage, we could be well adrift of competing at the top end of the table. Not that I think we've got any chance of getting there, but at least give yourself a chance and look like you want to. It's just unbelievable. The other question I'd like to an answer to is, if we were undertaking an overhaul of the club, the biggest overhaul in its history, why is it that no one has left the club? We got 14 players in the squad who need to be sold or moved on. Let me read them out to you, their names, right? We got Runnison, the goalkeeper, Bellerin, the right back. Hector Bellerin has even admitted that he doesn't want to even be here. He wants a new challenge. He wants to go somewhere else. So why is he still here? Don't tell me it's because of the Euros, because he didn't go to the Euros, right? Rob Holding, Said Kolasinac, Callum Chambers, Lucas Torreira, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Mohamed El Neni, Joe Willock, Granit Xhaka, Willian, Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah, and Mavropanos. Right? Now, let's talk about Granit Xhaka. Now, Granit Xhaka. Where do I start with this fella? The man can't defend. He can't pass. He can't create. He can't tackle. The man is a liability. He gives away more. He makes more mistakes. He makes more mistakes leading to opposition goals than any other player in the English Premier League. So why the hell is he playing for Arsenal? I wouldn't even play him in a pub team, let alone the Arsenal first team. He needs to be sold. Twice now we've nearly got rid of him, and he's managed to hold on by his bloody fingertips. I'm sick and tired of seeing that useless piece of shit on the football pitch. He's useless. When are people going to get through this goal? Oh, well, yeah, but he had a great Euros. Really? How many good games did he have? I'll tell you, one. And that was because he was playing against a French team that weren't bothered and didn't turn up. Right? All last season, he was dreadful. I can never, ever forget the calamitous goal that he gave away at Burnley when he didn't even look before he crossed the ball across his own penalty area. It went straight into the path of the Burnley striker, and the next thing you know, it's in the back of the net. What an idiot. Honestly, a school kid wouldn't make that mistake. I remember when I was at school, our coach told us, never, ever pass the ball across your own penalty area. What does he do? He passed it across his own penalty area. What a muppet. Joe Willock. Now, Joe Willock, when he first came to the team, did really well. He was playing really well, and he looked like he was going to be a good prospect for the future, right? And then his form dipped, and he got left out of the starting 11 and stuff like that. And this clown of a manager we've got at the moment didn't fancy him and didn't get played. He then got sent on loan to Newcastle. And even though I don't really rate Steve Bruce, he managed to get a tune out of him. And whilst he was there, he went on a goal-scoring run, scoring 7 goals in 7 games. And he even scored the other day when he was playing against Chelsea in that friendly, right? So the thing is with Joe Willock, the thing about him is that he can score goals from midfield. And one of the biggest problems with our midfielders is we've got no one who can score goals from midfield, and yet we're looking to try and get rid of him. So why are we doing that? It's just absolutely insane. Then there's Lucas Torreira. Now, when he first came to Arsenal, he looked really good. I really liked him. He looked solid. He was hard working. He was getting stuck in. And he looked a really good defensive midfielder. Then Unai Emery started messing around with him, ended up trying to play him as a number 10, and then he just lost all his confidence and started getting homesick, and he wanted to go home. Fair enough, he's homesick and he wants to go, then that's fine. I ain't got a problem with that. But why, if we need a defensive midfielder and we've got one on the books, why don't we try and persuade him to stay and see what we can do to try and help him want to stay at Arsenal? Because there must have been something about the club that attracted him when he first came here, and particularly the way he was playing when he first got here. So let's try and reignite that and see if we can get him playing again like he was when he first arrived. So, yeah, I don't understand what is going on with this club. It's a mess, absolute shambles. Every day it's something else. And I'm not confident that they're going to sign any more players during the rest of the window, and we desperately need major investment in this club. If nothing changes, right, I can't see us finishing in the top half. Not top 6, not top 8, not even the top half. Because this club, the players and the coach, they're just not good enough. They're just not. They've got some really good youngsters like Kieran Tierney and Xhaka, Emil Smith-Rowe. Maybe Balogun will turn out to be a good player, but I've not seen him, so I can't really comment. But yeah, if nothing changes, we ain't finishing in the top half. I can tell you that now. Not in my opinion. So yeah, that's it. I'd like to know what you think about all this nonsense. But like I said, I have to say I'm really fed up with listening to the rubbish that I'm hearing from people who should know better. People like Terry from Called and the Bansters, Harry Simeo, whatever his bloody name is, on that, was it Chronicles of a Gooner or something, some other nonsense. It's just and these journalists like Charles Watts and all the rest of it saying, yeah, it's going to be all right. No, it's not going to be all right. If we're going to get these players, we should have identified these players that we wanted to sign before as soon as the last transfer window closed. We should have been working on it so that when this current window opens, we were ready to go, bang, 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 and then getting them all in, so that so that the manager could start working with them in pre-season. He could get them integrated into the club and in with his teammates, that he's able to get them to understand how he wants them to play, the systems we want to use, so that when the season starts, we're firing on all cylinders. Instead of that, he's going to dish up an underbaked cake and expect us to eat it and enjoy it. Well, I tell you what, mate, there's one person that ain't going to be touching that fucking cake with a barge pole. So the sooner that clown and the rest of his mates, like Vinay and Edu and Richard Big Dick Shaslik and the bloody Crown Prince of Darkness himself, Silent Stan Kroenke, are out of this club, the better. So anyway, that's enough for my rant. I'm sorry for any bad language that I might have used. But like I said, I will be interested to hear any of your comments about this. Please put in what you think about our transfer window. Give it a rating as well. My rating for the window so far is a big 0, because it has been. It's diabolical. And once again, the club have lied to us. But am I surprised? No. Anyway, take care of yourselves, everyone. Have a lovely day. And unless you're a Tottenham fan, of course, in which case I hope you'll have a good day. Only joking. Anyway, take care, and I'll speak to you again next Saturday, if not before. Take care. Bye, everyone. Remember to share some love and friendship and kindness around the world, and I look forward to speaking to you all soon. Bye for now.